playing this, I'm pretty sure since the day he was born, he's gonna lock it in. He's got the counter pick. Breed is set up for domination in the top side.
Especially when you've got a bit of an easier time, that's the best way for you to then win out the 3v3 time.
Oh, Tarzan turns up too late for the crab, and then Weiwei immediately just jumps on him. He's like, come here, buddy. I want a little bit of a scrap with you. And now B's moved in to try and help, but Crisp is already here. And LNG, we said they were going to be proactive, but it's BLG setting the pace for game number 1 of the series. A second kill just shy of going down as Luma.
Well aware that Crisp has helped him out from days past, so probably knows that the same things happen. Ala doubling backwards, trying to see if he can bait him Breathe.
Oh, play up towards the top side here. Breathe with a good riposte, but I don't think he can win 1v3. The whole gang from LNG.
Still kind of surprised to see so many of these Telio's first picks, right? Like, Jinx has so much control in that lane. She allows you to, like, push in. You can look towards...
A lot of respect on either side on what the other team can potentially do. As Breathe and Ale sparring it out a little bit. Weiwei is up on this top side right now. Hextech ultimatum comes out from Ale. Tarzan's here too. Both mid laners moving over. It's a full-on scrap in the top side, and LNG are winning it out. Weiwei though with the Gordrick can keep himself alive. Fofo's here now with the rise damage. A rocket across the map from Doggo, and BLG flip everything around. Breathe chasing down for kills, trying to survive. Fofo low on HP, but Ale can't quite finish it off. He's getting underneath the tower. Herald drops in the middle of the skirmish somehow. As Ale, last man standing for LNG. Slowly but surely getting chased down, burning into the tri-brush, and I think Breathe should be able to finish this one off eventually. I'll be totally honest, Dag, that my screen is completely frozen.
The same.
I thought
I'm
it was
the
happening,
same.
but it was chaos and I loved it.
Breathe got him! He died underneath. At least with the potential for BLG to, for LNG to try and set up some vision control there, but Doggo and Crisp are actually matching it as Ale nearly caught out here.
Yeah, 1 HP. I'm assuming Breathe got that auto towards the top side. That does mean Fofo gets to crash yet another wave in the mid lane. But actually, it was good time from Doom B because the wave only
from LNG, right? Like, you're not getting Ale ahead. Well, as I say, they might get Doggo.
Yeah, Doggo, this is not a 1v1 that he's going to be able to win. The TP comes in from Breathe, but it's too late. The AD carry is down. Ale will go down for his trouble, and it's still nice for Breathe to get that kill. Unfortunate for Doggo that he had to die for the cause. For Solar Flare down in the mid lane, doing B in trouble, and it's going to be Chris following him halfway across the map here. Herald gets another charge on in. Damage onto Luma, but he's damn tanky at this point as Weiwei jumps on into the fray. Tower will survive for the time being. In the meantime, LNG are pushing up at the top side. That's 2 towers they've taken.
Yeah, and Rift Tower big ball now. So you trade 2 for 2 on the top and mid, but you do have that advantage for Breed.
Existing side lane, because that's exactly what she's good at dealing with. So, oh, actually, Rocket used the mid lane to stop a recall not too long ago, and now fighting the jungle as well. There's one for Doggo, who's just free firing during all of this. Light could be in trouble as Weiwei jumps in, but Doomby joins the fray once more. Fofo in on the action as well, but Doggo is still going strong. Doggo's still untouched, and Doggo wants some kills for himself. There's one for Fofo as Doomby falls, and Ala jumps into the back line. Oh, what a play from LNG! Well, it looked really cool. They got Doggo, but it was just suicide.
It looked good for a moment, but LNG unfortunately can't.
Gold card, but it's difficult to do that when you've got a Leona, when you've got a Xinzao, and then a Rise as well. There's just so much front to Breathe. The pressure is on him now to do what we know him for and play that carry, but do it in a safe manner so he doesn't get caught out. In the meantime, Ala is just rinsed. Real quick Dagda. He's now on a ward though. He's surely going to get caught out here. Weiwei, can he close the gap? He's too busy killing the wolves. I don't think the wolves are more important than Doom B. There you go. Maybe that's just a philosophical issue. In with the Evercross, knocked back onto 2. Luma, the target to start off. Doggo still free firing for the time being. There's one for him. This Tarzan caught up in the Solar Flare. Weiwei gets the knockup. A flash out to safety, but Breathe is following. A rocket on in, and Tarzan down. It's going to be Baron on the cut.
Not exactly the highest damage item. It's there for keeping you safe. So with the Gale Force and the Bloodthirster,
thing. This is what they're good for. And Fofo is moving down. Lumao at least stops it on the roam and actually maybe can turn this one around. Lumao now the target, but Fofo has been denied. Doggo's rocket just goes sailing on by. Crownie's Comet gets a shout out for that one. But Drake is coming up in just a couple of seconds. BLG could always just go for that. But Chris wants another fight. He wants more on this one. As Wei charges in. Doggo once again firing on the backline. And BLG continue to just chase LNG to the ends of the earth. They push them into the base, but it's 1-for-1. As Light finally finds an answer.
But they've got the wave there. They got the Baron, and Doggo, he's running them right the way back. He's saying, get out of my yard. I want to make sure.
Well, I'm not sure this is winnable anymore for LNG. This has been beautiful to witness. Obviously, a real challenge, and the lightning coming out from Doggo, the extra cleave is called the Loom out on a flank. This is the moment for LNG. Can they make the miracle happen? It's a triple knockup from Lumao. It's damage coming out from Light across the entire team as well. It's still surviving. They just don't seem to have the damage. Lumao finally falls, but Light has already gone. It's a double for Doggo, turning into 3 for the hat trick. And Doggo chases everyone down. LNG, they make one last-ditch effort, but last is the operative term, because BLG are barreling into the base, and they're going to find themselves their first game of the series.
It has been confident. Doggo's better trained than me, because I would have went for the Penta, but Tarzan gives him one anyway.
He certainly does. It's not going to turn into a Penta, but it's going to turn into a victory, that is for sure. Beautifully done by BLG, and showing that the late game play comes out on top once more.
And unfortunately for LNG, they just could not. But I still think you can go towards things like Gragas if you want to go for heal, but looks like instead Breathe is going to go towards this Akali. So looking to see if with this short, honestly, I think for Weiwei, you just reset, go towards your Krubs and try and see if you can pick up that scuttle on the top side. But try to see if you can stay here for the dive bot.
TP forced out here. That's got to be Fofo moving on in. But Weiwei had to rejoin the fray to try and save his team. Tarzan manages to flash out, setting Fofo. Chen changes that kill, chases it down, in fact. This is in that bottom lane. And obviously, there was a dive. A lot of minions will have died to the tower during that. But still, impressive stuff from the bottom lane of LNG. Light Loom out. A second to breathe. We talked about the CS deficit in that bottom side in favor of Light. Tarzan as well with a very similar lead in the jungle role, but now an all-in on the bottom side from Lumao and Light. Crisp the target, Ignite taken away, and it's a 2. Seen some bad packages in the LPL. Let's see what Fofo can do with it. Runwalk coming in from Doomb as he joins the rest of his squad. Crisp though with Fofo, great engage here. Doomb in the middle of everyone, and Weiwei trying to survive, gets the Drake for himself, and Doomb low on HP, forced away, but Tarzan jumps in. Doggo still going strong. Doomb over the wall, health bars low but not finished as Light chases the jungler down, looks for Crisp as well, but the rest of the fight still occurring. Fofo low, hit by the lightning, but might be able to escape here, waiting for Valkyrie. Double comes through. Light with 2. Now maybe a dive. Tarzan drops a Herald. Crisp, I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know what he's going to be able to achieve on this one. Allah has arrived as well. Breathe TP's in. It's a full-on brawl, but Light might have stepped too far. Gets 1 kill for himself. Managing to survive, finally goes down. There's going to be another one. LNG winning out the fight here. 4 members strong. The charge comes in. Allah goes down for his trouble. But it's 7-3, and LNG will be happy with that.
And that's exactly what LNG needed. Finding that fight at the Dragon. BLG were the ones who started up. BLG were the ones who thought they could win it. But instead, you have that numbers advantage for LNG.
I like the attempt there coming out from Doggo, trying to clear the way with the rocket to stop the push, but tower goes down. That's more plates for Light, as you're saying. Meantime, Doggo doing the same. Realm Warp comes down. More action on our screens, Dagda. Allah trying to chase for these kills. Has Text Ultimatum on cooldown for the time being. Solarfly comes on in as the rest of the fight immediately kicks off. But Doggo's going strong. His lethal tempo is stacked, and he's starting to get them resets. That's a couple of kills coming on through for the side of BLG. And they continuously find more gold for Doggo.
They just needed to take their win where they had it. LNG had gotten the play on top side. They got the turret. All you need to do is look to defend that bot lane structure. Instead, they end up giving kills over to BLG. Now, Light will get mid lane turret for the cause, and all of the gold.
Light certainly capable of taking these towers down pretty damn quickly. And I think that's a trade that LNG are going to be very happy to make.
They can even realm warp to the top side if they want to. Honestly, maybe that is the play. Yeah, there we go. Realm warp straight up to the top lane. They're going to get 2 towers for this. And again, this is a great trade for LNG. They don't care about the dragon. They're all about getting less structures on the map so they can restrict the access BLG have to them.
It's going to be the tower so close to going down. One or two more autos finish able to grab this win for themselves. Currently 4,000 gold up. It's a significant lead at 18 minutes. It's certainly not over, but it's certainly an advantage. Lumao getting caught out will not help with that though. Oh, stopwatch stops Doggo stealing away the kill. It's not going to stop the dog that Fofo's riding from getting that kill though. Corky getting one on the scoreboard, but wait. Has to sacrifice himself.
It then becomes negligible that you got the range because there's so much splash damage that Zeri's able to put out as Lumao, can you not?
Lumao's caught again. Name a more recurring story in the LPL right now, honestly. Lumao's gonna die. There is no recourse for LNG on the back of this team to be able to deter the Baron, and at the same time, they still have Ala pushing. This could turn positive for the side of LNG. Just being able to stop the recalls now, but they've overcommitted. They might have gone too far for this one. Doomby trying to get damage down. It's a 3v5, 4v5 as Ala now rejoins the fray and finds a kill for himself. Blast cones out! What is that, Ala? That was beautiful.
Should be able to just take this dragon and still pick up their waves and position. They just need to be careful of a Baron rush coming through from LNG.
Lumao, he entered to make that last play a viable play. Is he going to do it again for the side of LNG? They're just going to go for the Baron. They're just going to take it before the engage even happens. Wei was too late. And now the fight ensues. Can BLG answer for the Baron? It's been taken away. Lumao already fell, but can the rest of the team goes out? There's the shutdown. Fofo getting the gold. Another kill. And suddenly this...
They may not have the Baron, but they're the ones that are going to take the turrets.
And they got the shutdowns crucially as well. Both Bilibili and Light going down. Another play. It's just pure chaos as Doggo is eradicated. Big bear on his face. There's not a lot of recourse for an AD carrier that kind of
done by BLG. Just being able to find that, but with LNG now back in the driver's seat, 2 members strong on this bot lane tower, and Lumao playing keep away. BLG need everything off the push, but 3 items nearly cresting for both Fofo and Doggo. If BLG can set up easy fights, they can win.
Tower going down for LNG, and I mean, forget the fights. LNG's just gonna waltz on in with the Baron. I guess it was worth it after all. They're going to be able to grab those for themselves. Fofo at least got a tier 1 tower in the bottom side. Hey, there was a bounty on it. It's silver linings at this point, apparently, for BLG as Wei now starts to fight onto Tarzan to kick this one off. Doing B, in fact, flashing over the wall, low HP. Can this be the fight for BLG? Fofo has to carry. He's the one with the gold. Scaling. You said it earlier yourself. If the fights are a 5v5, if these carries can just hit away, BLG can win a 5v5 later on into the game. And look, we're only just getting to the point where Doggo is on the 3 items. So yes, massively behind Light on the Zeri, but still scaling. It can get better. Ala has gone way too far forward on this one. A rocket goes shy though. In the meantime, the rest of LNG have dived onto BLG's backline with the charm across from Chris. It's not enough though. LNG getting forced away on this one. Diving now underneath the towers. BLG lose their health bars, but Doggo's still going. Doggo's still scaling, and Doggo's blasted some rockets as Breathe finds time in the backline. Doing B. Low on HP. The Zap barely misses, and Breathe goes down instead. Light still going.
BLG back, and still LNG come out on top. The Dragon and the Baron at the same time, so Ala doing a really good job of trying to zone BLG. Fofo heading back towards the base, but that's the go button.
Lumao's engaged, but Doggo just going to be able to use his lines. It's not much of an engage, is it? Doing B now trying to get onto Chris. Ala behind them on enemy lines here. But Fofo's still going strong with the rockets. Chris goes down. BLG having to retreat up towards the top side of the map here, but it doesn't seem to matter. Tarzan charging on through. Doggo's golden, but for how long? Not long enough. Doing B taking them down. A double kill. Make it 3 as LNG finally finish off the squad of BLG. A TP is channeled, and celebrations across the faces of the LNG players. That will be game, and that means, Dagda, we're going to the 9-game day here on our Sunday. We're having everything we could have wanted out from LNG and BLG. We're going to a decider.
9 kills on the Zeri to celebrate the 9-game day. Sunday fun day. Because now it's Samira.
I think LNG have got it. I'm calling it now.
Because Samira wants to jump in on you. Same with the Xin Zhao, and the second you do, that Galio ult on top of the Caitlyn who's
in trouble. Light going to drop a trap underneath his own feet, so Crisp is going to walk onto that, gets caught. The Q comes on through. Flash out from Crisp. Can they finish these kills off though? Doggo flashes away. Knock up onto Crisp, and first blood taken.
The big thing though with Light and Lumao coming back into the spot lane now is that they can actually set up for a bit of a push here where they can reset for the return of 8 minutes.
Big all in. I thought it was just a little bit of trade, but here we go. Oh, actually, Wildland's over as well. Not level 6 though. And actually, what? Tarzan managed to fight his way over. Got the Q on in. Beautifully done. Hook onto Tarzan though. Will he survive? Safeguard over. Ignite is enough. BLG the ones on the scene for now. Everybody's hit level 6 at this point, aside from supports. Tarzan just goes up to the top lane, but he missed his Sonic Wave. I don't think it'll matter, or will it, Breathe?
Members down there, he's not getting advantages for Doug. He hasn't been able to play around. He hasn't been playing around Breach because he's been playing around bot side. Expected, right? Like, this is the team that is powerful right now. Like, this is the team that can definitely do some damage if they're able to, but you can kind of see that LNG are trying to play away from it, right? We minute until the Dragon, they've rotated.
Breathe will find himself a tier 1 in this top side of the map. That'll be the second tower of the game for BLG. LNG will be able to release trade on the bottom side. You can see Ala on the tower in the meantime. This will be a Herald on top of it though for BLG. So once again, another very positive trade. But with Drake spawning, you would hope Tarzan will kick that.
Yeah, there's a couple of different like winners and losers to look at LNG in that passage to play. So when we look at like Rift Tower, potential money and potential towers for BLG, Ala gets a lot. He got full commit on towards the bot side where he's able to get the wave for himself, tower for himself, but it was actually Light who spent a lot of time running around the map not getting any CS. So Light falling behind in respect of his counterpart for Doggo, and that mid lane turret going the way of BLG as well, means that Light's going to be kind of step behind just a little bit when it comes into the grand scheme of things. And at least with two, oh, hang on.
Going behind the play. Breathe is already here as well. That's an easy pick onto Ala.
Commit too frequently, and it can cause issues.
Bit of a scrap in the jungle though. Way kicked into Lumao, who just blasts him point blank with a laser. He comes in as well. Tarzan trying to finish this kill off, but Way is damn tanky. Gets the knock up, somehow surviving, but will finally fall. The rest of the team diving onto Fofo at the same time. And LNG, out of nowhere, find themselves 2 picks and suddenly control of the map.
And Breathe is going for first tower because he can't threaten a tier 2. So now LNG get to trade the towers, and they are going to be in a great position. That Rift Tower probably isn't going to get used because you've still got 15 seconds until Weiwei's actually up. So LNG going to maybe get the tier 2 in the top here as well. Doggo though has push in mid, so he's going to be able to get this mid tier 2 as well. So at least for BLG, still trading relatively up on map state, but gold advantage in favor of LNG.
Yeah, that's 2 towers for 2 towers across the map here. FPX were very happy to kick off a Baron last year, and apparently LNG exactly the same this year. Tarzan on the scene, TP coming on through. LNG, they could just jump on top of Fofo here. Gonna try and chase him. Breathe, teleports in, teleports galore on both sides. Breathe targets, Tarzan goes in, but he's knocked back. Fofo trying to get the damage out before the fight is already over, but the taunt is there. The CC finishes him off. And Fofo removed from the passage of play. Now Doom B has to play bouncer for the rest of his squad as Weiwei goes in, but a flash forward to get a point-blank bind from Lumao. It sets up for a kill onto the jungler, a laser across the team, and LNG with just beautiful team fighting, setting everything up, and it doesn't feel like BLG can breathe in this fight as he's the last man to go down. Suffocating BLG, whatever they do, LNG is already 5 steps ahead in that fight. I can't wait to see the replay because there was so much going on there, but LNG, exactly, you know, this is the thing about LNG. We always talk about teams playing together and working as a unit. One thing LNG have been able to do the entire split is, especially Tarzan and Doom B, work as a pair, but Lumao joining in with the scraps. Sometimes he goes a little too far on his own, but generally speaking, the coordination, the camaraderie feels fantastic from LNG, and in these fights we get to witness it. Now a 3,000 gold lead in LNG's favor. Last time we talked about gold, it was BLG with the advantage. That's a 4k gold swing, and now more towers going their way as well. Crisp takes an ace in the hole to the face. Face they go. Remember, Caitlyn so good in these siege situations. The line of traps comes down. It means there's no engage available for BLG as Fofo is forced away by Ala. And again, Caitlyn just hammering away with a Baron up cannon on top of it. There goes the inhib. Now resets have to come out because Breathe is pushing, but Doom B is matching just about everything he does.
Yeah, you might get the top tier, or the top inhibitor turret, but you got the inhib mid. You're getting the tier 2 bot and the inhibitor turret here. You were able to push those rest with LNG because they had Dunby with ultimate who's pushing the bot side. Now the reset's coming through for the chase, but it might be too late. This turret's already gone.
And I really like the trap placement coming out from Light here. Good laser onto Fofo. Good engagement coming out from BLG. Chris taunted up Way, splits the team, but it's not going to do enough. LNG still feeling comfortable on this one. And now with a dive, maybe they could look for more than just an inhibitor. There's a hit onto Chris. I don't think it's enough to end the game. Perhaps with Baron Waves, we'll have to see how LNG are feeling about it.
LNG, they're taking everything here. Mid and bot now got in their favor. Top is the only... Oh, actually, we might still go.
They're going for it. The TP onto the minion to keep the wave alive. In goes Way to try and buy time. One tower falls. Way gonna go down next as well. Dunby keeping the team stuck in the fray. Doggo with a blade surge, but it's not going to matter. The towers are falling. Still 5 strong for LNG and BLG. They looked good earlier in the series, but they have been thwarted at the end. LNG come up trumps with a dominant Game 3 over BLG.
And the big